Good evening, viewers. Today I am going to discuss on a very new subject which is not adequately known to the society. That is a new discipline or an old discipline which did not get much publicity, that is veterinary science. So, object of my discussion is veterinary science at a glance. We need to know the genesis of veterinary medicine, how the veterinary medicine came into existence. You know, the people who are living in remote corner of the state, especially the farmers' children or the children of the less qualified personnel, their boys do not know what to read veterinary medicine or veterinary science. We have got a veterinary college located, headquarters of which is located at Belgacia, and other campus is at Haringata, Mohanpur. But the thing is this, we know what to study various sciences like physiology or biochemistry or geography or history or Bengali or anything, literature or any science subjects, physics, chemistry. But we do not know where the veterinary science or what is the importance of veterinary science in the society. So I would like to emphasize on that. Actually, if you look at the history of veterinary medicine, you will find that this veterinary medicine actually has come into existence by the pressures of the social or society as well as economic and social pressure. And at that time there was a disease known as rinderpest. In Bengali we call Go-Basanto. This is a viral disease and deadly viral disease and devastating one. That means cattle of the village after village is to die and we do not have any weapon to control it. So at that time the people or society people tried to feel how to mitigate this problem, right? It causes, this disease causes devastation in 1710 to 1714. So as a result of this devastation, the people at that time, they thought that we'll have to find out the solution of it, how to control this disease. So Claude Bergeret, a veterinary physician and eminent authority of animal disease, established a school at Lyons in France to study the disease of animals. So the first veterinary school was opened in 1762 and students from all over France and Europe came at Lyons and it became the kernel of veterinary education. So the disease is the main tool for the genesis of veterinary or establishment of veterinary schools at Lyons, and this is the first veterinary school in the world located at France, Lyons at France. Graduate of this college spread throughout Europe, and the European students also came to learn veterinary education in that school. This is about the European part or other parts of the picture of the other parts of the country. But in India, first veterinary school was set up in Pune in 1862. Subsequently, Veterinary College was set up in Bombay in 1884, Bengal Veterinary College in 1893, Patna Veterinary College in 1930. So these are the colleges. If you find the picture, our college, Bengal Veterinary College, is a very ancient college, right? 150 years celebration has been done. Okay. So this is a very pioneer institution, but the conditions of this institution is not up to the mark nowadays. It has to be, it requires a lot of improvement. Then in India, in 1984, Veterinary Council came into existence. We call Veterinary Council of India, right? And this Veterinary Council of India actually look after the different establishment of different veterinary colleges, their structure, administrative structure, technical structure, right? Economic structure, etc. And the evaluations of the students, all are being done under the supervision of Veterinary Council of India. We have got in the apex Veterinary Council of India, and in the state we have got the State Veterinary Council, right? In that way, the functioning of the veterinary education is going on nowadays. At that time it was a college. Now the concept has come to university. And the first veterinary university was established in Tamil Nadu, we call Zanuvas. And then second veterinary college was in Bengal Veterinary College, which was renamed as West Bengal University of Animal and Fishery Science. Because here, the animal means here, we have included veterinary science and dairy science, and third is your fishery science. After that, subsequently later on, many other veterinary university has come up in different states of the country. Now I am telling about the procedure of admission to apprise the willing candidates. Admission is done through competitive examination in our college, and there is a portal eVet. Through eVet, the admission is going on through competitive examination. At the same time, Veterinary Council of India every year take an examination all India basis, and from there 15% students are admitted in different veterinary colleges. The object is this, that the students of this province should go to the other state, and the students of other states should come to the different states. In that way there will be all unification of veterinary education standard, at the same time mentality as well as fraternity, right? In that way we are going on. Now, I generally, if you ask any veterinarian, whoever may be, he has got a degree in veterinary science, but seldom people can spell what is actually veterinary means. What is the meaning of veterinary science? What is the definition of veterinary science? So let me say about few lines about veterinary science. Veterinary science actually deals with anatomy, physiology and pathology of animals other than man. See, it is different from man. It is not, we are not studying the anatomy, physiology of man other than man. It includes diagnosis, prophylaxis, treatment of the disease, and infirmities of the animals and their relationship to man with regards to intercommunicable diseases. Intercommunicable disease means diseases which are transmitted from animal to man and vice versa, man to animal. We generally call it zoonosis. That part has to be taken care of by the veterinarian. Again, besides this, it has to be the use of flesh and their products are also dealt in. Animal products technology. Subject is animal products technology. And we have got genetics and breeding and feeding and handling means animal husbandry. So animal husbandry and the animal treatment both are being taken care of within the purview of definition of veterinary sciences. Right? Now I tell you, actually nomenclature of veterinary degree should have an identical bearings, but it is not always the same. Degree of BBSc and H means Bachelor of Veterinary Science and Animal Husbandry. Treatment part and Animal Husbandry part, both are being taught under BBSc and H curriculum. And this curriculum is also followed in many parts of USA and UK. But most of the places in Europe and the UK is DVM. Bangladesh also offered the course as DVM, means Doctor of Veterinary Medicine. Now I want to elaborate these things. Why DVM? Why BBSc and H? In our place, we are giving BBSc and H because we are having or we are teaching the subjects of all the components of veterinary medicine, how to become a doctor, and H means we give all the components, teach all the components how to make an animal husbandry person. That means caring and nursing and hygiene, etc. But in USA and other developed countries, they have got two units. One is College of Veterinary Medicine, or sometimes they call School of Veterinary Medicine. In the School of Veterinary Medicines, starting from preclinical subject, paraclinical subject, right, and then clinical subjects, all are being taught to make a doctor. Their policy is to make a doctor. That's why they are giving degree as DVM, Doctor of Veterinary Medicine. They have got another faculty also, another college also, that is known as College of Animal Science, where only animal subjects are being taught. But in our place, we have clubbed together both the components. But there, both the components are separate. One is animal husbandry component, known as College of Animal Science. Another is veterinary medicine component, which is under the School of Veterinary Medicine. Even if you see, even the Bangladesh, I have traveled Bangladesh, there was Mymensingh Agriculture University, where they are giving DVM. Even in Mauritius, I have visited Mauritius, where also they are giving DVM. This is the concept. Sometimes in some places of UK, like Bristol, they give degree as BVMS, just like MBBS. Here, BVMS is just like MBBS, and BVMS means Bachelor of Veterinary Medicine and Surgery, just like MBBS, right? Medicine and surgery both are clubbed. So in this way, Bristol University, they used to give degree. So people may ask about the duration of the course. The duration of the course is But this internship program is also mandatory. So unless you do internship program, you cannot get your degree. So you have to complete 4 years with course and curriculum and 6 months as a internship training program. Right? The main office in our place, in our West Bengal, is located at Belgachia Road, Kolkata 37, where administrative officers are used to perform their office works. Now question comes, what is the difference between a veterinary doctor and a medical doctor? Actually, the medical doctor deals with the patients, and the patients are mostly based on subject or subjective diagnosis. That means they deals with the human patient. And the veterinary doctor, they used to deal with the animal patient. Again, you can ask me, what animals? There are a lot of animals, various type of species of animals. So are you going to treat all of them in the course and curriculum? No. In the course and curriculum, preferably we give importance for domesticated animals, starting from cattle up to poultry, right? So domesticated animals are treated: dog, cattle, horse, buffalo, sheep, goat, pig, dog, cat, poultry, etc. But other animals are also sometimes we have to treat because there is no other way. Now, human medicine, they diagnose and treat the human patient. But we, the veterinarians, we diagnose and treat the animal patient. So, if you want to study the subject or practice the veterinary medicine, to undergo the practice of veterinary medicine, one must be armed with adequate knowledge of anatomy and physiology, we call preclinical subjects, then parasitology, pathology, microbiology and pharmacology, we call paraclinical subjects. In addition, the student must acquire scientific knowledge on the behavior of normal animal, we call ethology of animal. I have to tell you, in Undersport University, they teach veterinary ethology, and they have got professor of veterinary ethology like that. So they have take the precision of subject in that way. Veterinary clinician has to face a number of hurdles while making a diagnosis of disease rather than medical clinicians. We have got a lot of hurdles rather than medical clinicians because our animals are deaf and dumb. They cannot communicate. But in human medicine, their patient, they can express their problem, and complain. His animal patient, unlike human patient, cannot express its subjective feelings. Therefore, doctor has to depend on his own observation. We diagnose it through our observation, clinical eye, right? Because our animal is not going to help us in any way. At the same time, the difficulty lies in a place where a fair percentage of animal owners or attendants deposit wrong statement about the animal's illness. Very often they try to mask the actual history. Suppose the disease has occurred 15 days ago, but he will say, doctor, my dog is not eating since yesterday. So they mask, right? And that is a problem. And we have to interrogate and then finally find out the actual history. So it is very troublesome. it makes because it makes the diagnosis, because your statement is not correct. Therefore, it becomes very difficult or very difficult task to do diagnosis, right? Diagnosis become more troublesome. At the same time, if you ask your animal, if a medical man asks a patient to show his tongue, immediately that fellow will show the tongue. But if I say a cow to show his tongue, he will never show his tongue. That means we are not getting any cooperation. Our animal does not cooperate with us. On the contrary, it resents examination, and sometimes it comes, it may bite, it may create injuries, it may stand in the way of clinical diagnosis. That is there, right? Various species of animals with their different structure and functions of the body system make the process of diagnosis more complicated. The thing is this, if you look at the heart rate of cattle, heart rate of dog, heart rate of other animals, there is variation. Pulse variation, temperature variation. So there are a lot of things you have to learn, very complex, because there is variation in every species of animals. They are not identical. They have to deal with all the animals separately. They have to read about the anatomy, physiology, etc., of all the different animals, right? But here in case of human being, they go for one animal. That is man and maybe male or female. This is the difference, right? At the same time, our animal may have 1 kg of body weight, and an elephant may have few kilograms of body weight, right? So there is variation in body weight, right? And there is variation in physiology also, because some want to go for flesh or meat, right? Flesh eater, and some are grass eater, some are fruit eater. So physiology of digestion, metabolism, etc. also different. So this veterinary student has to learn all these things, right? So this variation sometimes stand in the way of diagnosis. Since our animal means our animal means here I means veterinarian animal, subject is dumb creature. That means patient is a dumb creature in case of veterinary science. Dumb creatures, the diagnosis is objective, based on the process of elimination, objective. So we consider this, so this is not, so we eliminate, and finally come to a conclusion. But in case of medical science, it is subjective, right? Subjective means subject is to tell its problem, where the problem lies. Our animal will never say where the problem lies. We have to go for our observation, or that's why we call objective way of diagnosis and subjective way of diagnosis. Is the difference. But if somebody asks about the quality of a veterinarian or quality of a medical or veterinary doctor, quality of a doctor as a whole, what should be quality? Or what should be the quality of a physician? Maybe a veterinary physician, maybe a medical. They should have energy of lion. Especially I tell you, in case of veterinary, energy of lion is very, very important. Energy of lion is important because you have to fight with the animals. Your animal is maybe very aggressive, very ferocious, but you must have the energy and boldness to face the problem. So we call energy of lion. Eyes of an eagle, because everything you have to find out with your power of observation. That means eyes, we call clinical eye. because you have to find out the problem, because patient is not going to help you. And the heart of a mother, that means you should have the heart of a mother, means kindness to the animals. So in short, we can say energy of lion, eyes of an eagle, and heart of mother should be the criteria of every doctor. Every doctor must have these qualities to serve the society. Now I am telling you, sometimes people say veterinary doctor, oh, the Guru doctor. But this is not so. It has got, veterinarians are serving the society in many ways, in many fields, in many organizations, many institutions, many enterprise. But seldom people knows that they have got this professional activities. We only know a veterinarian is a cattle doctor, right? We have got large animal practice, we have got the small animal medicine, so they are different, right? So let me tell you some of the area where the veterinarian can serve the society. In clinical practice of food animal medicine, right? Food animal medicine means cattle, sheep, goat, etc. The meat which we consume, food animal medicine. Then we go for clinical practice of small animal medicine like dog and cat, etc. Then heart health and production management, that means where there is a big farm where a lot of animals are there, so we have to take care of those animals. Then laboratory animal medicine, in laboratory all these laboratory animals, they have to be taken care of by the veterinarian. Then zoo animal medicines, in the zoo lot of animals are there, tiger, elephant, zebra, whatever may be. So ruminant, non-ruminant, all animals are there. So one has to take care of those animals when they are sick. Then environmental health and safety, because many diseases, just like you see the coronavirus has come up, like bird flu has come up. Bird flu was there. Who is going to take care of this? Veterinarian has to take care of this. Because if you do not take care of the bird flu, and this virus may come spread to human being, and when a human being to human being it will be spread, then there will be pandemic, right? And that responsibility is also there, lies with the veterinarian. Then public health coverage, nuclear and space science, there also animals are there. Then army services, we have got renowned veterinary corps where the veterinarians are there, because in army there are horse, there are dogs, etc. Right? So one has to do, so veterinarians are servicing there also in army. We call renowned veterinary corps in India. Then animal health service administration. Then academic administration means in teaching, faculty of veterinary science where teaching is being done. So professors are there. Then research organizations, we have got research organization, we call agricultural scientist recruitment, right? Where the scientists from lower end up to the principal scientist, they are working to promote the cause of veterinary science, research in research organization, and we have got various research stations in various places. We have got research station on dairy, kernel, we have got research station on buffalo, we have got research station in sheep and goat, we have got research station in poultry. Likewise, we have got various research centers located in various places where the scientists are working. Then planning in the field of manpower, then insurance and bank service administration, then special security branch, SSB, and then private enterprise. right? Earlier in private enterprise means all the pharmaceutical and others, there also many veterinarians were working and they are still working. So that is there. So based on the above consideration, so veterinary science has got immense importance in the society, though the society is not giving that much of, attaching that much of importance to this science. But this science is a very, very glorified science. But our ignorance, apathy, this science is not given that importance as it deserves, right? Based on the above consideration, veterinary medicine has been regarded as an essential element on the fabric of contribution to the health and welfare of man. Thus, it has been rightly referred as the bridge between biology, agriculture and medicine. There is a saying that medicine can cure a man, but veterinary medicine has the potential to cure humanity. Thank you.